Okay, so next part of this video is probably one of the most important parts of the video if you're going to keep an alligator gar. And that's prepping it and getting it ready for marinade. I've cleaned these pieces already. They almost look like sturgeon fillets to me from what I remember. You want to get all that red meat off of there. This red yellow meat is not good at all, it's nasty. A lot of people probably make the mistake of cooking it on there and then it smells foul because it just does. I don't know why. It's kind of almost like you're reskinning the fish. You know, you're wanting to get that yellow fat off of there and that red meat off of there. And I just use this long bowl and this cutting board and I just pull it along and I try to use the weight of the meat to get as close to it as I can. I want to save as much meat as I can, but at the same time, I don't want that nasty meat on there. That whatever that red stuff is. That stuff is, I don't know. It's gross. A lot of fish have these. Stripers have them too, I think. You don't see it on catfish as much. I don't remember seeing it on catfish at all because you just rip the skin off the catfish and cook it whole. But you did see this kind of meat on sturgeon, so you can apply if you clean sturgeon, you can apply this to sturgeon as well. You're gonna go ahead and clean this nasty stuff off of there. Because sturgeon have about, they have a little bit more sometimes. It depends on the fish, I guess. But I don't see a whole lot of impurities in this meat at all, honestly. I don't see worms. I don't see a lot of things that you see with other fish. Like you'll see little worms that are rolled up. You'll see that in the meat in some fish. Drum have them real bad. Freshwater drum. I stopped eating freshwater drum. I started using them for bait. Freshwater drum tastes good, but for some reason they have a lot of worms in them. And with this meat, I honestly have not seen any worms in it. And I don't know if that's because of the skin or the coating that these guys have. They're kind of slimy. And that slime on fish will actually keep parasites off and other things. And I think that's why, I don't know, I really like the meat on this fish. They say don't eat more than a pound of fish a month in most places you go nowadays because of the chance of mercury poisoning. But if you look at the Japanese and the Chinese, they eat nothing but fish. And they have bays full of mercury and they're doing just fine. I don't know anybody with mercury poisoning, and there's a lot of people out here that eat this meat. Well, not this meat, but a lot of the catfish out of the lake. And they'll eat on a regular basis, and they don't have any problems. I'm just cleaning the meat off, all that red stuff. I'm trying to get as close as I can. It is 5:49 in the morning. I just got back from dumping the body and cleaning the back of the truck out because the back of the truck was gooey and it just pressure washed it. It's all nice and clean now. Thankfully there's like a 24-hour pressure washing it's a car wash over here where you can just use the pressure washer. Okay. Alright. I've got it all cleaned off. I'm going ahead and start cutting this into fours. Little steaks. See, I got 4 out of the last one. If I do this right, I'll get 4 out of this one as well. And that'll be 8 steaks total. And that's 8 people you could feed with this one fish. It's pretty incredible. Boom. And that's it. And all this is waste. I don't know, you could feed it to the birds or the cats, neighborhood cats. I guess they might eat it. I don't know, it's all fatty, nasty, bloody, grossness. Next, take the meat. Now, this is probably like my favorite marinade in the world is honey. I cannot get enough honey on anything. And with this much meat, I'm going to use this whole container of honey. What's left of it, it's about half a container. And this is going to caramelize on that fish. All that honey. I'm going to marinate that for about 8 hours in honey. And that meat is going to soak that up and it's going to be so good. You can do this with salmon, sturgeon. I've done it with largemouth bass. Most grilling style fish. I wouldn't do it to catfish. I mean, I imagine you could. I imagine you could soak catfish in honey and then fry it. I mean, you could do that, or you could bake it. I've got some pretty cool baked recipes for catfish. Not a lot of people bake catfish, but I like it baked. I don't like a lot of fried food. Okay, I'm going to try to get every ounce of honey out of there in this jar. It's still going. I'm going to say that's enough. That's all of it. I'm going to put this top on there. That's the wrong top. This top on there. And then I'm going to put it in the fridge. And the next part of this will have to be in the next video. I'm going to upload this video because this is the prep. I'm going to upload the actual cooking video completely separate. But this is mostly the prep part. So thanks for watching. This goes in the fridge for about 8 hours, and then I will video the rest. Thanks for watching.